This could all go horribly wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
Probably.
If you could wave a magic wand and change one thing about the buying and selling process, what would it be?
Change one thing about the buying and selling process. I would actually, so this is something that we've recently implemented. I would actually make it mandatory that buyers and sellers sign reservation agreements.
Okay.
Now we work with a company. They're called Gazelle, and they're backed by the Law Society. Basically, when we use a reservation agreement in a sale, the fall through rate reduces to about 5%, whereas the national.
What's the normal?
So it's between 25 and 30%.
Oh wow!
So the headline that's been used for many years is 1 in 3 sales will fall through. But sort of going into that a bit further here, if you have a reservation agreement, where basically buyer and seller, they put some money on the table. What you tend to find is that the deal actually goes through quicker as well, because obviously, there's a financial, there's an additional financial incentive here.
Skin in the
so
game.
actually sales that go through quicker, sales that go through with more certainty, when you agree a sale, 1 in 3 of those sales are going to fall through. And that's not just the transactional thing here I'm thinking of actually, dreams are shattered, as in, your dream home that you've put your house on the market, to get your kids into the local school. If that falls through, dreams are shattered. It's so much more of a personal thing. So I honestly think that more agents should be using reservation agreements.
And what does a reservation agreement cost? What's kind of like the normal kind of like, what are you on the hook for as a percentage of your property?
I mean, so it starts off, people can pay around 1%, let's say, or there are reservation agreements, that can be 5%, 10% even. But I think if you buy a property at auction, then you pay a reservation fee.
You do.
If you buy a new build, you pay a reservation fee. So why is it that the private treaty market is the only part of the market where no one has to pay a reservation fee?
And this
or
reduces gazumping, it reduces fall throughs.
Yeah, gazumping, gazundering, because I think from a seller's point of view, but from a buyer's point of view as well on this is, if let's say a seller is agreed on a property, then that property goes off the market. It's off the market, viewing stop, etc., etc. But as a buyer, from the buyer's perspective, how do you know the buyer's off the market? Because every day, Rightmove and various other outlets are sending them, news clippings, house price indexes saying, property prices are decreasing in the area. Here's another one that's sold, and also agents are sending them listings of other properties that might be, more desirable, cheaper, etc., than the property they're finding. So actually, if we can get buyer and seller to agree to both come off the market, then actually that's why the deal will go through quicker and with more certainty. So yeah, when a reservation agreement is in place, like the ones that we use, the fall through rate goes down to about 5%. So from 1 in 3 to 1 in 20. So why wouldn't you?
Love
That's
it.
my question.